Okay. Alright, so I got what? Leaking all over the place coming out of just about every hole that comes out of the top side, including the what is this? The
light.
The dome and the mic that goes right there, the microphone. And what I'm gonna have to do is take out the entire top liner and look at the rails and see, make sure everything's okay. Last time I found was a leak, broken. Some piece was broken on, I think, on this side.
Leave it.
So we'll see if we can take it apart, test it with water, and see exactly what's going on with this thing. So stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing to do is to keep an eye out on these tabs right here. Yep, you're gonna find them, take them off, and then we'll get started with the handles, and then start taking off everything, including the visors. We got on both sides, and then we'll do with the electronics. We'll take off the dome, and then there's the window for the power sunroof, and then on the sides you got little tabs here. You have to take this apart, then we'll pull the sides off on both ends, and then we'll concentrate on the second, what's that? I'm not sure what to call it. It's the side B arm, I think. I'm not sure what that is. No, that's the A arms. Then we'll go down to the A arms. Make sure we disconnect the power to it. You're going to be dealing with some wires for the airbags, so you don't want anything to happen. So I'm going to do all that, and I'll be right back. I got my hands dirty looking for tools, so now that I'm back, here we go. That's a 10, what is that, a 10 millimeter. Yeah, the last thing you want is have dirty hands and then get oil or other junk stuck on the tap vial, so just beware. Remember from the last video, this one, I can do it with my hands, but I'm wearing these stupid gloves and it's not letting me do it. There we go. You gotta take that apart. And then there's a 10 millimeter right in there, two of them. We'll get to those. Passenger side. Remember, you have two tabs. You had one back in the back, and one right there, and you have two up in the front. Needs to be coming out. Sure you save them. Don't lose them. I misplaced one the other day, and man, it took a while to find it. So but there you go. Two here. Now we'll take the mic down, and the mic you have to twist it, and then it'll drop it right out. All right, so here's your twist, and it comes out, and then just there it is. It's all wet, so let me you need two hands to do this, so I need to pinch something here and then take it out. It's got a little clip on there. I'm not sure you can see that, but there's, see that little clip on there. You have to get on that. Not here. All you do is pull this side to the side and pull it out. Careful, don't pull on the wires. You might end up stripping that out and having to redo the connection. Alright. There you go. I just noticed there's no screw there. Forgot to put it back in there last time. I'll have to find one, put it on there. So this, let's take that off. That is I'm not sure what that is. That's Torx. I'll go have to find one. Didn't have a Torx of that size, so I had to go buy one. T50 3/8 drive. That'll fit right in there. So I'm gonna take that off now. Not to fool you guys, but I did break these before I did this. What I mean by that is take a bigger tool and loosen them up before you do it. So I don't think it's that easy doing it with a power tool. Unless you have a much powerful drill, then you can do it. But you have to break them loose first. Alright, now comes the electronics. One, two. Well, not exactly how I wanted to do it, but it came out. Alright. Alrighty. Where's the remote? Where is it? Alright, I'm gonna have to push it up through there. That's alright. Alright, now this side. Come on. They're just buttons. Let's put one back in there. I'll have to go look for buttons now. I'll just leave it there. Was that a leaf that just fell out? All sorts of junk comes out of here. Alright. Just be careful. Oh look, there's a connector. There you go. Oh. There you go. Alright. We're going to take off the visors. Have to allow it to drop down. And one press one last piece of electronics here. I have to get something to nudge it out. It's a little hard to get out. Alright. Just so you guys can see that there is 3 screws here. And there's also another one holding this one, but I'm not removing this. It's just, I'm leaving it there. And there's also this one. I still haven't gotten to it yet. So, let me get to that. Pull this guy out. I had to use this to get it out of there. But I'll wedge it out. And there's a connector on there. Just pull it on. Alright. Let me do that. Just about everything, including the the tap in there. There's a little screw that holds that in there. I'm not really going to take it off. You can see that it just slides right out. And be careful because the you can see that the airbag's back there. Please be careful with that. Well, I'm just going to try to slide this right out and not try to get these pillars out, the center ones. But if I have to, I will. So we'll see. Alright, first you have to take this off. I couldn't take it all. I couldn't take it all off. I have to take this center part off. In order to do that, you have to take this plastic piece off, and then you'll be able to see the next Torx. But last time it came out pretty easy. Yeah, it's giving a little bit of a fight. It's all right. So this piece does come out. Has a little latch right there, and another one down here. The latch is behind this button, and then down here into this little tab that's in there. I don't think you can see it on the camera. So now we have access to the Torx. We'll take that off. We'll take this off, and then we'll bring down the liner. Alright guys, you see I had to take this off. I had to take the seal off the door so I can get access to this right here, so I can push this back. Once you push this back a bit, you can unlatch this one and disconnect it from the connectors. Now this one connects using these type of connectors, and then it goes right into a hole that's in there. And when you put it back, just line things up. These guys up here, once you have access, you can see that I can slide it down and not have to actually take it out. So now I think we can have access to the entire liner and then have the whole thing slide out the back. I just poured water in here. One of the problems I'm looking at is right down in there. Not sure you can see that. Too much sun today. It's been raining like crazy here in Houston for a while. So that's not draining. So I need to fix that. So see it down under here. All I have to do is disconnect this. Disconnect it, and the water that I poured in, I'll pour it back in the bowl. And that's it. And once that finishes, then we'll have to investigate why this line is not draining. So it goes right back in here. We'll find it over on the other end of the firewall. But that's what a Hummer looks like without the liner. And then we can test every part of the drainage system without having to, and then be sure that everything is working correctly before we put everything back. So I know some of you think it's overkill, but I'm really tired of just patching it up. I'm just going to fix it finally and get done with it. I'm going to order the seal that goes on here and put a new seal on there. Whether I have to do this again, I don't know. I may have to. I hope not. I just put the seal in and then not have to do the whole thing. So we'll see. I'm not too worried about that. Here's a little something I had from Walgreens. I bought this a while back. I use it to clean my drain. It's basically one of those seen on TV products. I'm not sure what it says. Turbo Snake. That's what it is. So I use this to basically go down right in there and clean it. Alright, here's the stuff that I'm getting from inside the drain. Yeah, that'll be good. Alright guys, so what I ended up doing is I completely took out the hose. We ran right down this way. I took this out. Basically there's just we already taken it out, so you just take it off. There is a clip down here you have to watch out for. It's in the very back, and just snap it out. I use this to get down into the clip down there, and then push it up against it, and then it snapped right out. Then the grommet that goes on where this connects to. So this basically goes down like this, down in there. There's right on the firewall, there's this little grommet. The little grommet has a little hole in there, and it has a little cross. Now I've seen some videos that some guys agree that that may be causing an issue that doesn't allow drainage to go through. I would say so. Yeah, it does increase the chances of it getting clogged up, but it wasn't clogged here. It was clogged up here, right at the very top. So, so I ended up cleaning it out all the way through. And then what I'm going to do is just cut this out so I don't have to deal with this again. So hopefully, hey, you're going to take it apart and improve it. I don't think it's taking anything away from it. So the grommet is very difficult to get to. I can't even show you where it comes. Basically, you have to take the side panel off. It's right behind the support beam that's back there, and it's being pinched in between the insulation and the firewall, so it's very difficult to get to. But you can get to it, and for that, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. So let me put this back, and we'll look at the other ones.
It's licorice.
All right, cleared out this grommet again, and again, this has a little slit in there. There's a little X on there that doesn't allow stuff to get through. So things like this will always stay there and clog your drain. What is that? Well, around here we have a lot of pine trees, and this gets in there, and then things get everywhere, and so it clogs up your drain. So now I have to clean it out with my Mr. What is it called? Turbo snake. Turbo snake in there. And clean it both from this side, and then hit it again coming from the other side, and then blow it out with air and put it back together. I got ahead of myself. So I tested the rear drain, and basically all the water was coming out through the back side, not like it was before. Before it was coming out from down here. So now it's overflowing, and so it tells me that this is clogged. I did take a borescope, which was going to be interesting. I'll upload it, and I'll go down the tube, and you can see that it ended up clogging down into the fender well. Now, unlike I did last time, I took off the fender well to get to access to it. This time, all I did was take the side off, inside. So this whole inside piece, I just moved it over a little just to get my hand in it, and I got access to the grommet that goes in there, and this just fits in there and it pops right into it. One thing that I did also was enlarge the hole. It was a slit. You could just barely see through it, maybe about that size. Not sure you can see it. I'll show you on the other one when I do it. But you can see the big difference now. You shouldn't at least take longer to clog. We'll see. So now I just have to put it back together and put this one back in. See if I can show you. Well, actually, I'm going to test it first, and then we'll come back into installing this. Okay, so I got my son. They're pouring water right there on the sunroof, and we'll see if it leaks. This one was just overflowing here. I should get water down here. No, not yet. You pouring water?
Yeah.
Man, I don't think you're putting any water in. Do you see the water going in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we should get something. Come on, brother. Boy,
Yeah, it's
which
flowing.
way is the water flowing?
It's flowing
To the back or to the front? Ah, there you go.
to the back.
Man, I'm just impatient, I guess. Alright. So now we have... How big is that trickle?
What?
Are you pouring water or is it just trickling in?
Trickling?
Ah,
That's how I put it.
okay. That's alright. So if I clog it, and that's just what it was doing before. It was basically coming out the top. Am I? Oh, nope. What? It's not coming out. You're still pouring some? Is it going? Man, that's a slow trickle.
It's going.
Man.
Unplug your finger.
Well, what?
Unplug your finger.
Oh, I want to see its flow. Man, come on. Is it by drop? You got a dropper or something?
A block flow.
Man. Son, you need to get a good flow on that thing, man. Oh, God. I don't have patience for this.
Okay.
No, you can't leave it up there. The way you're going to turn it, all the water's going to come in. Oh. Man, nothing was coming out. Oh, wow. Put some water down here. Alright, you got it?
Yeah.
Alright, let's try now. Is it going in?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it going to the back? No. Is it coming to the back? No. Oh, Lord. Man, what are you doing? Okay, stop. You're pouring it.
One's the front and the back.
No, but you're pouring it to where it's not going in. You're going into a hole up here, and it's coming out that hole. Alright, just finished the water test, and it tested great. All the drains are working properly. So, I've moved the truck in all different sides of inclines, and it's not getting any more water inside the cabin. Now, the reason it was dripping from there is because my son actually poured on the other side of the rail, which started getting onto the other side, and get all this here. There's actually a trap that prevents the water from doing that when it comes through the sunroof. So that was just his error, but hey, we're all here to learn. So everything is good now. Now it's just a matter of putting things back together. And so first I'll start with the columns with the speakers and stuff in the front, and move all the way back. Once that's done, I'll put up the actually, you know what, I think I'll put the headliner first, and then move down to the pillars and install this other stuff, and I think that'll be easier. Alright, so I have the liner in. Just slide it into the back of the rear of the vehicle, and let's see what I need to redo the electronics. Tape it back down and put the electronics back in the holes where they belong, and that's it. Alrighty, I got the liner up. It's just being held by the molding here, the seals all on the side. Just tuck it up under the seals and it'll stay up there. Very simple to do. And now we go into the all the pillars and put those on. Alright, got both pillars
They put it on?
the rear. Alright, here you'll see that you have this it's sitting outside of the this trim, so you just need to pull the trim out, stick this one in, and then run it all the way across over that way. Now you have a couple of options to doing this. Hold it. You can put it right here, get that trim, put it in here, and then just run this little tool in there. It could be anything, not anything, but this, again, made in China. But you can use one of these and run it on there as well. All these tools I get from Harbor Freights, and they're about, I don't know, close to like $3, $3 to $4. But run it all the way around, and we're almost done. We just need the back there, and that's it. Alright guys, I got the last part in, everything's back to normal, and really, we'll see when the next rain comes in, because I already put the hose on it, and have absolutely nothing coming in, so everything's staying in the wells this time. I checked the make sure there was no leak like it was last time off of the connector, or what was it, that white ending part. Put some silicone on it, sealed it up. The other side didn't seem to be a problem, so we'll see how everything holds up.